What's up guys, Jack here with MTS, and I figured I would give you guys a little bit of a behind the scenes on my 2022 Complete Unify Setup Guide video. So, let's see what I've got. Now on camera, this is what you may see. We have my camera here, my wireless mic stuff, and a monitor here. We also have a cable that I set up for remotely starting and stopping the recording. But behind the scenes, it looks like this. So I'm using two lamps, one here, one over there. This is what's giving me a lot of fill light in the room for this setup. And then I have this drum light that I built a number of years ago, I think more like 8 or 10 years ago, that I'm using to light up my face, kind of as a bit of an overhead light. Then I have a second camera here for the detail work on the table. And because I have a UDM Pro and not an SE, to simulate that I have an SE with the PoE ports, I've basically just tried to color match cables as best as possible. And I have a mess of PoE injectors here on the ground. Now this case is just being used for the PoE injector in there. And I have my entire lighting rig. So behind me, kicking light onto the back of me to give me a nice rim light, I have just a moving head par fixture. I have some beam fixtures here aimed at the walls. And then I have one of my light bulbs in this little cabinet here in this lamp. And this is a dimmable LED bulb rather than the bulb that was in here. And to make sure it's not kicking up light onto the ceiling and just giving me a nice downlight, I just put a plate on top of it. It's also running through my jank dimmer here to get the light level that I want. I then have a monitor here that I've just dimmed the brightness on, and it's just driving an image with this laptop. And then we have my lighting control for all of this stuff. So I'm running Jan's Vista. I've loved Vista for years. It's basically the only thing I ever use for lighting design stuff. And then I have this little network box here. Now this is actually just a in-wall access point that I then break out all the connections to ruggedize and use for on-the-road use. So we have an uplink from my bedroom, and that's giving PoE to this whole thing, and then PoE chaining out into my ArtNet node, and then my laptop, and then the WAN connection for the UDM. And tape down the cable going to my room. It's a bit of a messy setup when you look at the behind-the-scenes stuff, but it comes together to give me a result that I'm pretty pleased with. And all of the opening shots in the video of the devices, these ones, well, these were all filmed practically just here in my bathroom. Almost everything that I've done has been to get a better result in camera rather than having to do too much editing. So yeah, while this setup may be a little bit complicated, it works.